South Africa's economy is like a moody teenager. Some days it's booming and confident, other days it slumps into slow growth and mutters about electricity bills. At the heart of this teenager's mood swings, finance. My name is Tawoka Mahoza, and my research explores the nexus relationship between financial development and economic growth in South Africa, using a very special technique which does not assume that the economy is forever in a good or a bad mood, but lets it switch between both. The Markov switching model. For decades, economists have debated on whether financial development leads economic growth or economic growth causes financial development. Some economists state that banks lead, others argue that markets rule. Some believe that it's a chicken and egg situation and that both feed off of each other. This confusion is evident in South Africa, where despite having one of the most developed financial sectors on the continent, our economic growth has been, let's say, inconsistent. This is where my study steps in. I'm diving into 176 quarterly observations from 1980 to 2024. Think of it as 44 years of economic drama. Apartheid, democracy, the global financial crisis, COVID-19, and load shedding, just for good measure. Yet despite all these structural shifts, there is not one study in Southern Africa that has used the Markov switching model to answer a simple question. Does financial development help the economy grow more in good or in bad times? This model is powerful because it recognizes the hidden regimes, those unobservable economic modes, unlike the widely used ordinary least squares, general method of moments, and Granger causality, amongst other methods. It lets the data tell us when the country is in a high growth regime or a low growth regime, capturing nonlinear data, and whether banks or markets have a stronger influence depending on either regime. The study has three objectives. Firstly, it seeks to understand which structure between banks or markets is better when supporting economic growth. Secondly, it seeks to settle the causality debate on whether financial development leads economic growth or whether economic growth leads financial development, or whether there is a feedback loop. Thirdly, it seeks to identify how regime changes affect this entire relationship. Because if we understand when finance is most useful, what kind of finance matters, and how it impacts economic cycles, policymakers can stop throwing darts in the dark and start building strategies that actually work. To put it simply, the study I so desperately love seeks to turn our South African economic teenager into a stable and focused adult, with a little help from data and econometrics and a lot of patience. Thank you.